See, the conflict between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf didn't just start in the boardrooms. It is a conflict of ambition and vision that's reshaping golf as we know it. LIV Golf, bankrolled by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, didn't hesitate to challenge the PGA's long-standing dominance by luring top players with eye-watering paychecks and a radical new format. This aggressive move left the PGA scrambling, not just for players but for its own relevance. Since then, each side has been in a fierce standoff, from legal clashes over player restrictions to public spats about what golf should represent. Enter Donald Trump, who is no stranger to controversy or to golf. A longtime player in the golf world, he's hosted numerous LIV events at his courses and has become one of LIV's loudest supporters. Trump claims he could negotiate peace between the two leagues if given a shot. He says he could get it done in 15 minutes. His relationship with Saudi Arabia, strengthened through various business dealings, positions him uniquely to bridge the gap between the PGA's traditionalists and LIV's disruptors. Yet despite Trump's confidence, PGA players like Rory McIlroy remain skeptical, hinting that Trump's connection to LIV might only complicate things further. For me, Trump's involvement raises many questions. Could his return to the White House set the stage for golf's unification? Or would his vested interests with LIV create a deeper wedge? For now, Trump's proposal is more of a tantalizing what-if than a confirmed solution. But one thing's clear. The clash for golf's future has attracted some of the world's most powerful names, and Trump seems ready to step in with all eyes watching. And when it comes to Donald Trump and LIV Golf, it's more than just a passing association. It's a relationship that's thick with mutual benefit, ambition, and a healthy dose of controversy. Trump's deep ties to LIV go beyond his public support for the league. His golf courses have become literal battlegrounds for the LIV versus PGA war, hosting multiple LIV tournaments across the U.S., from his Bedminster Club in New Jersey to the iconic Doral course in Miami. For Trump, this partnership is a win-win. Hosting LIV events keeps his courses in the public eye, brings a lucrative influx of capital, and fuels his long-standing rivalry with the golf establishment. But let's rewind a bit. Trump's entry into the golf world was never just about the love of the game, it was about the love of status. Over the years, he invested heavily in building and acquiring elite golf courses around the globe, carving out his own space in a sport that is synonymous with prestige. Trump's courses were once on the PGA Tour's list, hosting premier events, but his political career changed everything. After the Capitol riots, the PGA pulled out from events at Trump-owned properties, notably canceling the 2022 PGA Championship that was scheduled for his Bedminster course. For Trump, this was a stinging betrayal, but also an opportunity. LIV Golf, an outsider in its own right, presented a perfect match. Trump's decision to embrace LIV and their Saudi backers isn't just business, it's also a dig at the PGA. For him, aligning with LIV is a way to cement his image as an anti-establishment figure, a role he relishes. He's publicly praised LIV's format, calling it the future of golf, and has even hosted events where he and players like Dustin Johnson are seen mingling, a scene far removed from the stuffy, tradition-laden world of the PGA. And I would say that his support has been anything but subtle. During one LIV event, he stood alongside Yasser Al Rumayyan, the head of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, reinforcing the optics of a powerful alliance with LIV's financial backers. I know you have this burning question, but what's in it for Trump? Well, beyond the obvious financial incentives of hosting tournaments, Trump is positioning himself as a kingmaker in a sport grappling with transformation. His connection to Saudi Arabia stretches back years. They've done business deals together, and Trump has repeatedly praised the kingdom's wealth and power. This closeness to Saudi leaders, and by extension LIV, allows Trump to wield influence over golf's future. He's managed to sidestep the human rights concerns that have haunted LIV by focusing on what he calls the tremendous job creation and future of the sport. Critics, however, argue that Trump's partnership is a classic example of sports washing, where the focus on cash and tournaments overshadows the larger ethical issues. For Trump, This partnership with LIV is as much about making a statement as it is about making money. It's a chance to reshape golf's future, to host tournaments that draw in star players, and to revel in the public attention that follows him wherever he goes. And while some in the golf world see Trump's involvement with LIV as a short-term stunt, others wonder if he's playing the long game, cementing his legacy in a sport that mirrors his own brand of bold, unapologetic ambition. And then we have another perspective. Trump's partnership with LIV Golf has painted him, in some narratives, as a savior of the sport. As I have already mentioned, he's vocalized LIV's value, claiming it disrupts golf's stale traditions, and that its prize money makes PGA seem outdated. Trump's championing of LIV can appear, to some, as a principled stand against an establishment that hasn't always embraced him, even before his entry into politics. To his supporters, he's standing up for the future of golf, an outsider defending a new and exciting alternative in an otherwise rigid sport. Yet it's hard to ignore that this savior narrative aligns perfectly with Trump's self-interest, financially, reputationally, and politically. First, there's the financial angle. With LIV using Trump's courses, his resorts benefit directly from the revenue of hosting international events, bringing in crowds and restoring attention to properties that had previously struggled post-presidency. These financial arrangements aren't just minor boosts, they're strategic infusions for Trump's real estate portfolio, which in recent years has faced scrutiny for its debt load. So, in a nutshell, Trump's endorsement of LIV isn't simply philanthropic. There's a profit motive that runs through each tournament held on his courses. Then there's Trump's personal brand at play. This move dovetails with his history of positioning himself as an anti-establishment force, whether in politics, business, or now, sports. The PGA's historical and cultural status as the elite of golf plays right into Trump's preferred narrative of standing up to the elites who control traditional institutions. By giving LIV a platform, Trump fuels his image as a figure who can challenge the system, supporting a competitor that breaks norms while attracting big-name players. He's not just hosting tournaments, he's championing a new world order in golf, one that aligns with his ethos of rejecting the establishment. But the political implications are what truly add a controversial edge to Trump's role. Trump's connection to Saudi Arabia has been deeply scrutinized, particularly after he sided with its leadership during his presidency on several issues. With LIV Golf funded by the Saudi government, this partnership revives criticisms that Trump is willing to overlook ethical concerns if there's a benefit to him or his brand. His public praise of Saudi Arabia's contributions to the sport sounds less like a personal conviction and more like diplomacy laced with dollar signs. The claim of Trump as a golf savior, then, has clear political undertones, reflecting a calculated alignment with powerful global players who can elevate his business and social standings. Trump's alliance with LIV Golf is far from a simple stand for the sport. And all of this has a greater impact on Trump's courses. See, Trump's relationship with LIV Golf is becoming a key part of his broader strategy to expand and elevate his brand's presence in the golf world. The partnership has paved the way for LIV tournaments to be hosted at Trump's properties, with courses in Florida, New Jersey, and beyond benefiting from LIV's choice to break away from more traditional PGA venues. For Trump, this isn't just about filling his calendar with a few high-profile tournaments. It's a chance to reshape how his properties are perceived globally and gain a foothold in LIV's vision for the sport net of Trump. Property brings in not only elite players, but also an international audience who may not have otherwise considered a visit to these courses. Hosting LIV tournaments in premier golf destinations enhances the prestige of these locations and pulls them into LIV's narrative of golf with a new attitude. Trump's clubs, which once competed against only a handful of prestigious courses, are now becoming symbols of LIV's disruptive presence in the sport. The result is a rebranding of Trump's golf portfolio, turning his properties into rallying points for LIV's rebellion against PGA traditions, and simultaneously helping Trump's courses stand out in a fiercely competitive market. So what do you think? Is Trump truly reshaping golf's landscape, or is this just another strategic play for profit and influence? Could his involvement with LIV Golf be a turning point for the sport, or will it simply fuel more controversy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you love golf.